5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them more mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more.
Welcome back to Sisters. My name's Jane and you guys are Bears. So as you see, I'm here with the new setting of the walls. And don't mind my words on this, but I'm pretty sure I'm also using this wall every time I'm gonna make a story time. But like I said, don't mark my words on it. But so this story time is our first. So welcome to our first story time. And let me know down in the comments below if you guys want me to make more. So and I will. And then also, so this story time will be about like my first really severe car accident. So let's get right into. Okay guys, so let me tell you guys the story. So this was about 7 years ago. Okay, 7 years ago, and I was in first grade in Harrison Primary Center. So so I finished school at 2:55. But I got picked up early that day because my brother needed to go get some shots, some flu shots, something like that. So, you know, my mom picked me up at 2. And usually around that time, the buses are still coming in. If you guys hear noises, it's my sister. But if you, around 2, oh my gosh, I'm over here. 2. So they're trying to, get to the school. So it's like a whole bunch of buses around, driving. Because they're trying to get to the schools to pick up the kids to take them home. Okay. So I was at Harrison. I was in first grade. I think I already mentioned that. And I was like 8 years old. And then we went to go pick up my brother from Navarre. He was like a 6th grader, 7th grader. So he was like 13, 14. Okay. And then let me tell you guys everyone that was in the car. So it was my mom. I don't know how old she is. And then it was my 13-year-old brother, and then my 2-year-old sister, and then my little 8-year-old self. So, so now we're on the way to the clinic to get the flu shots. So, it was the 100th day of school. And, every 100th day of school, y'all make something. So, in my classroom, we made, these Fruit Loop necklaces, and it had, 100 Fruit Loops on it, Yeah, we did that. So I'm over here pulling it out from my backpack, pulling out all my 100s paper, showing my mom. So what do I remember after that? Okay, so I'm showing her, so she was like, okay, just show me when we get to the clinic or we get home, So I'm just like, okay. So I go and sit back down, put everything back. But before I could sit down, so I'm like basically in her lap, right? I'm just trying to show her, So she told me to go, so I'm barely moving back, So while I'm moving back, okay, so mind this, there's houses on the side, and we completely stopped at a stop sign. So here's a stop sign, there's another stop sign, and there's a bus. So the bus is going this way, and we want to go straight. So then the next thing I know is we're going like that or something, I'm telling you, I blacked out. But all I remember is, y'all know a typical minivan. It goes the driver, the passenger seat, and then the 2, and then the 3, and then the trunk, the 4. So I was all the way at the driver's seat, and then there's 2, and then there's 3, and then there's 4. I was practically all the way to 4. I was already in the trunk. I just remember myself under the seats. Under the whole seats, and then I blacked out from there, and then I wake up to me laying down on the floor, the street floor, and I see a whole bunch of ambulance people. What are they called? Yeah, them. I know y'all said it up in y'all heads or something. But yeah, they was around me and trying to put me on that yellow thing to scoop me in the ambulance. I don't know, I can't use words today. But so then from there, I literally opened my eyes, see what they was doing, and I blacked out again. So after I blacked out, after I woke up again, I see myself in the ambulance thing, and I had this big cone around my head like this. You know, one of them like dog things. I think they put that there, like, I don't know how I'm breathing or something. I do not know, but like, you know, I'll get to that in a minute. But my whole cheek was slit open. Like, hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all. You see these stitches? Yeah, they are part of the story too. So, and then I look next to me. It's my little sister. They put her in like that baby thing. It's my mom. She's putting her hand over my sister's head, and then it's my brother over there. They put him in the thing I was in, and he's over there screaming like, "Is we gonna be okay?" Like he's over there yelling. My mom's like, "Shh, you know it's gonna be okay. We're going to the hospital." So, then I blacked out again. Hold on, guys. I need to sneeze. I can't sneeze. Okay. Okay, so then I blacked out until we got to the hospital. So I don't remember what came first exactly. I don't know if I seen my family first or if they put me in the x-ray thing first, because I remember both of them happening at the same time. So I'm just gonna pick one. Okay. They put me into this machine. Okay, so this is a machine, and there's the top to the machine, and then you put your body through it to x-ray you. So I went back and forth maybe 10 times. That's what made me really dizzy, because imagine just going back like that. That's what you're doing. Wait, no. Well, let me do it practical. Like, you're going like this. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. For like 20 times. I said 10, but it was like 20. And it was long. So that's what made me like really throw up and stuff. And my cheek was still cut. It was like open. It was like everyone could see it. So that's when they rolled me into the hospital bed. Well, not bed. It was like if I was in a crib or something. So I was in a crib, and that's when my uncle and his fiance came to see me. Like they ran up. The doctors were like pushing me to the next room, and they came and they were like looking at me and stuff. They was feeling on my face, and that's when he was like that, and then his other hand became like that, and I was like, and I threw up, and his whole hand was full of my throat. I was like, and then he took it and he went. And then that's when I didn't see nobody else, but that's when I see my dad. He like ran up too after my uncles and them, because he was with my brother or something, or my sister. And I didn't see my mom, I didn't see my sister, I didn't see my brother. I could only see my grandma, my grandpa, my dad, my uncle, and his fiance. Those are the only people I see. Hold on, Master, can you give me a tissue?
Sure.
I'm sorry guys, my nose, man, I'm sick. Oh my gosh, we're already 7 minutes into the video. Yeah, this is my little sister. She's a part of this channel. She hasn't been making videos though, because she's like, she has a virus and everything, and I hope she didn't pass it on to me. Okay, that was really disgusting, but I'm gonna keep it in. I'm not gonna even edit it out. I gotcha. I know y'all like to see me blow my nose. So where was I at? Okay, so I'm telling y'all the people I see surrounding me, but then I see a whole bunch of doctors too. So that's when, okay guys, so let me tell y'all what my other two brothers were. So my other brother that was in Navarre, he was a 7th or 8th grader there. I don't know what he was in there. I think like he stayed for like Battle of the Bugs. He was a nerd. And then my other brother David, he was like a 3rd grader at Harrison, and he had choir. He had choir or student council. I think he had student council though. So then that's when someone, I don't know who went to go pick them up from school, but someone did. And then I guess they got there just in time, because my brother, the one that stayed for Battle of the Books, I remember he came into the stitching room with me, and he's the one that held my hand really tight so I couldn't feel nothing. And they was over there stitching on my face, and he was holding my hand really tight, so I didn't feel nothing at all. So I look up at him, and he's like, "It's gonna be okay." And I said, "Okay." And I remember it was just so much for me. It was like, and I was crying through it all. I was so scared, man. And then I sort of blacked out. Okay, after the stitches, I don't remember nothing for the past 2 hours. I remember that I remember I woke up to my mom saying she's sleeping, and I was in my room. We were all situated, and it was my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, and my uncle. And then I guess my other brothers or something. They was in the game room or eating or with my sister or with my brother or something, man. Cause I don't know. I remember. And then that's when they were like, "Oh, she's awake," and they started feeling on me and stuff. And then that's when I hear them saying, like the doctor saying, "I think she's ready for her." They didn't say surgery. What's that other word? It starts with a P. I don't know, because they knew I knew what surgery meant, but they used a different word, so I wouldn't know what was going on. So my liver, guys, my liver was cut. It was cut. But they didn't end up doing surgery on me. I'm trying to remember the word they said. Man, I can't think of any words. But yeah, then they didn't end up doing surgery because I was too little, and they said that like since like it grows back on its own or whatever. So I was like, okay, dope. So I didn't end up getting surgery. So then I just remember them giving me a lot of shots, HIVs. Is that what it's called, HIV? Or is that like a disease? I don't know. They put like a big needle right here, everywhere, man. They put like stuff right here, wires all over the place, man. So that happened, and then I ended up going to sleep for the next night. And then I just remember waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to nurses putting needles in my hands while I'm sleeping. And I remember nobody was in the room, and man, I get so scared. So I just started crying again. I'm just like, where's my mom? They called my mom. My mom was taking a shower. You guys know how like the hospital has like the guest rooms and like she can eat and stuff. And her back really hurted, but they didn't do nothing to my mom because it was just her back. So, you know, and I guess they had let my sister out. Okay, guys, let me tell you guys what happened to everybody because I'm over here just describing what happened to me. My brother, his whole ear had glass in it, and then his whole arm had glass in it. And pulling out his arm, this one was already broken. So he had stitches on this arm from a while ago, and then glass on this one, it looked ugly. And then what happened? What else? It was glass in his face, but that's it that happened to him. And he was supposed to leave the very same day, but they said if he throws up, he can't leave. And he said something about David messing with him, and he felt dizzy, he started throwing up, and so he had to stay another night. But my sister, she had glass in her head, so they took off all the glass, and then they had to shave her head to make sure there was nothing else. And she was good to go. She went home with my dad and my 2 brothers. So they went home, and then my mom stayed with me, and then my brother, you know, he was over there cooling. And the morning, they said I couldn't eat because, you know, my liver. So, you know, I wasn't even hungry. I just wanted to go home. That's when my grandma came, and a couple of my dad's friends came to check on us. And sorry, I seen something. So, what else happened? So yeah, it was just a lot of visitors, and it was just too much on me. Like I just wanted to be alone, you know. Like I just wanted it to be me and my mom. But then that's when my other aunt started. Okay, so my aunt, she had like babies, and you know, babies aren't allowed to come see me or whatever. So that's why she didn't come to the hospital the first day. And then, so yeah, my grandma was just making sure that all my family knew that we were okay and stuff, and that we're in the hospital. So, you know, she made those few calls, and then everyone's calling me, making sure I'm okay and stuff. Okay. So now, fast forward 3 days. So my brother's home now. My brother had to stay 2 days. I had to stay a week, so I had to stay 9 days total. So I stayed 9 days, and they treated me pretty good. I felt fine, and then it just came to the 5th day. I have to take my walking test. No, was it? No, it was like the 7th day I had to take my walking test. My 5th day I had to do my eye test. The 6th day I had to do my speaking test. The 7th day I had to do my walking test. And basically they just had to make sure I knew how to like do physical activities. So, and I was in bed for 5 days. I didn't even use the bathroom. Like I did. I remember one time she had to. Okay, after that one time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna go through that no more. My bladder is gone. It's gonna have to wait. So all these wires, and she's trying to pick me up, and it's like a nurse. It's not like my mom's doing it. It's a whole nurse, and she's like maybe in her teens. She's like 18, 19. And she was not older than 22. She was really young trying to do this to me. I'm just like, dang. And it was just so much struggle for me. And then when I went to the toilet, I didn't even have to use it no more. That's how long it took me to actually get there. So I was like, yeah, we're not doing that again. So then I remember she used to have to brush my teeth for me. She used to bring this big old box. And, okay, so my walking test, I couldn't walk because I've been in the same bed for, oh yeah, they had to keep switching me rooms. They switched me 2 rooms. I was in one room, and then they had to take me to one up more because I guess I was in the surgery room the whole time, like the surgery level. So they had to move me up like 2 levels. So it was really hard for visitors to come because I was on like the 5th floor. I don't remember, but yeah, guys, I was in Memorial Hospital, if you guys wanted to know. So then, let's just skip through all the way till I get home. Okay, let me finish my walking test. So I couldn't walk, so they were like, nah, I'm not gonna stay a little longer until I can like do things again. So that's when the next day I tried again, and my mom was like, push yourself, like, you got this, like, nothing's wrong with you, like, come on, let's do this, because she was really tired of staying at the hospital. Like, she went home maybe one time, like, I cried so much, I did not want her to leave me. So, like, she was really tired, and, like, props to my mom, man, like, she stayed with me through it all. And her back, man, when I tell you it hurted her, like, for real. Okay, now what? Oh yeah, guys, I never told you guys. So my teacher had came not to like see if I was okay. I mean, she came to see if I was okay, but she came to give me this much work, this much, and she was like try to get it all done because I couldn't. Okay, let me get to that part. So yeah, she had came to visit me, my teacher, and yeah, I just had a lot of visitors, and everyone was so nice to me. I had so much presents. Oh my gosh, there's so much to the story. Okay, I just don't want to keep jumping and stuff, but let's jump into when I got home. When I got home, it like I just wanted to cry because I haven't seen my room in so long, and the stuff was still on me. Like my mom, they asked her if she wanted to shower me there, but she was like, no, it's okay. So she showered me at home, and it was just so. We had a barbecue that day, but like I had to stay in bed all day, and like. Nothing was really the same for that whole month because I didn't go to school for a month because I had to stay on bed rest. I couldn't jump. I couldn't do anything. Like they told me that if I want my liver to heal, I can't jump. I can't do none of that. So I didn't go to school for a month. And so let's fast forward a month. I go to the doctor's office to see if I can go back to school. And they give me a note saying, guys, gym was my favorite activity. Like even till now, I love gym class. And he said I couldn't participate in gym for 2 months, man. My heart, it was like, pah, 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 I'm going back to school, pah, 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 pah. And then it went from slowly to, it went all the way down because I was so upset I couldn't go to gym. And I was like, what's the point of just, I couldn't go to recess, I couldn't go to gym. I just have to go to the library that hours. What? So, that all happened, and okay, so then when I went back to school and stuff, we took cupcakes. Oh yeah, that's how you guys that my teacher brought like this big of a stack. She brought homework, but then she also brought another stack of like these cards, and it just really warmed my heart. My BFFs wrote me cards, and they, yeah. And I had to, okay, so this was, when I went back to school, it was around Halloween time. I remember it was Halloween time because I brought cupcakes in, and they had like little spiders on it, little spider webs, and like, it was lit. And, I thought everyone was going to be really nice to me like that whole month, but I only got like special treatment for like 2 days. But like, it was all okay. And, like, people took it easy on me because it was like really hard, especially with my stomach. Like, I lost breath a lot. Like, y'all probably like, what? How does a liver? I don't know. It's just like my stomach always hurted me. I felt like it was tightening me, or yeah. So then they had this really, besides school, like you all probably, yeah, it was outside school. They had like this my mom did this really big party for me and my siblings, because you know, if like you're okay, you gotta do like a party. What's going on right here? And like my dad made me and my siblings like this necklace of money. It had like, I think mine had 20s on it, 20s or 5s. A lot, like probably like 25s, let's just say 5s. 25s, and it was like a necklace of money. And I looked really cute, my aunt and my makeup and stuff. And I just remember it being a really hard time though, because when the hospital bills came around, you know, but I feel like it was an experience that I'll never forget. Like being in the hospital, like just the feeling of everything, being really scared because I didn't know if I was gonna be okay. And I was just glad that I got to see my siblings go home and that my little sister was okay, because she was so young. She was 2, and then my brother, he did not want to be at the hospital at all. And I just remember just being around a lot of people that I loved, and it was like really lit. And yeah, like I said, it was just really scary at the same time though. But I got along with all my nurses, but like some, like the crazy one that would try to put a needle on my hand while I was sleeping, man. Okay then, like, but we eventually got along. Like that was my babe. I mean, that was my girl. No, I'm just playing. I don't remember her. Ooh. Okay. So that's it for today's story time. If you guys enjoyed the story time, please comment down below to make more, because guys, my life is full of experiences that I need to let y'all in on, because what? So yeah, comment down below if you guys want me to make more story times, if you guys want my sister to make any more story times. If I told you guys a story before and you guys want me to share it on here to put more detail into it, because for whatever reason I will. And like, comment down below anything you thought about the story. If it was like, dang sis, like you really went through all that, wow sis, that's what you got the stitches for, you know. People think this is my birthmark. No sis, so this is my whole stitches. But that, yeah, let me tell you, that whole year was me going in and out of doctor offices. Like I had to go every week to get these checked up on. I gotta get them tightened, like the stitches, and then finally after like so many weeks they got to take them off, and then it left this. But I'm gonna get a laser so it doesn't show no more. Just so much, checking on my liver, checking on my health in general, checking on my brother, my sister, my mom. The car, guys, the car was dumpster. And of course we couldn't sue the bus driver because we don't know whose fault it was. Like, that was our stop sign, but at the same time it was his stop sign. People say my mom didn't stop, people say he didn't stop. But you know, I'm like, I thank God nobody was on that bus. Like, he was literally going to get the kids from school. I just thank God that nobody got seriously injured. I keep ranting, but yeah guys, I hope you guys like this story time. I hope you guys give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you can be a part of our little family, comment down below if you're an Air Master, and just let us in on you guys' thoughts, and stay positive and just have a great day.
Pain, man, I feel like I can't hold